Hey, everyone! How's it going? Today, I've got a story that's going to spark your imagination. Do you believe in legends? Those mysterious, magical tales that are passed down from generation to generation? Well, today we're diving into the story of the Moon Knight, a mysterious figure who appears on full moon nights to bring justice. Have you heard of him before? No? Then get ready, because this legend, which originated in Brittany, is absolutely captivating. But before we dive in, tell me in the comments, do you think some legends might have a grain of truth? Or are they just stories made to entertain us? I'd really love to know your thoughts. And, of course, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel and motivates me to bring more amazing stories like this one to you. So, get comfortable, because we're about to embark on a journey filled with mystery, justice, and, of course, the magical glow of the moon. Let's get started. The legend of the Moon Knight has its roots in ancient Brittany around the year 1270. During the Middle Ages, Brittany was a land marked by wars, territorial disputes, and significant inequalities. It was in this chaotic setting that the story of a mysterious knight who appeared on full moon nights to restore order and justice emerged. The legend is said to have originated among peasants, who sought explanations for mysterious events and hope in times of oppression. In the 13th century, Brittany was immersed in conflicts between nobles and peasants. Oppression was intense, and many people were unjustly punished or lived under tyrannical regimes. At a time when few had access to royal justice, people began telling stories about heroic figures who could rise to protect them. It was in this context that the Moon Knight took shape, first as a rumor and then as a legend that would span centuries. The first account of the Moon Knight is said to have originated in a coastal village called Saint Lunaire in northwestern Brittany. After months of suffering abuses at the hands of a feudal lord, a group of peasants recounted how, on a full moon night, a knight appeared out of nowhere. Riding a white horse and clad in shining armor, he faced the lord's guards, freed the prisoners, and vanished as quickly as he arrived. This event, preserved in oral stories, marked the beginning of the legend. Many believe the Moon Knight was not an ordinary man, but rather a spirit or celestial entity sent by the gods. At the time, the moon was seen as a symbol of balance and renewal, especially in Brittany, where Celtic traditions remained strong. The association with the full moon, which lights up even the darkest nights, reinforced the idea that the night was a manifestation of divine justice. The moon has always played an important role in Brittany's traditions. For the Celts, who inhabited the region before the Middle Ages, the full moon was a moment of power when the veil between the spiritual and physical worlds became thinner. This spiritual connection was incorporated into the legend, giving the Moon Knight a mystical significance and strengthening his link to the cosmos. While the legend was passed down orally for generations, historical records suggest it was around 1270 that it gained prominence. Documents from the time mention a luminous knight who allegedly appeared in several Breton villages. These accounts coincide with a period of severe social crisis when peasants were rebelling against their oppressors. The legend may have served as a metaphor to inspire courage and resistance. Beyond being a symbol of justice, the Moon Knight became an icon of resistance for the oppressed. He represented the idea that, even when all seemed lost, greater forces were fighting for good. It's possible the legend was used to motivate peasant revolts, especially since the knight's figure directly challenged feudal lords. The first written mention of the Moon Knight appears in a manuscript dated 1302, found at Mont Saint-Michel Abbey. The text describes a knight with the light of the moon on his armor, who freed a group of prisoners from a local fortress. Although the account is vague, it solidified the legend in popular imagination and helped spread it beyond Brittany. In medieval culture, stories of wandering knights were common, and the Moon Knight fits this archetype. However, his connection to the full moon and his exclusive appearance in times of need make him unique. He does not seek fame or glory but acts as an instrument of justice, setting him apart from other heroes of the era. Over the years, the story of the Moon Knight spread throughout Brittany and beyond. Each region added its own elements to the legend, creating different versions. In some, he is an avenging spirit, in others, an angel in disguise. But in all versions, he remains faithful to his mission of bringing justice and balance. The choice of the full moon as a central element of the legend is no coincidence. In medieval Brittany, the full moon was seen as a symbol of clarity and revelation. It was a time when secrets were exposed and injustices corrected. The moon night, therefore, is the personification of this energy, acting as a cosmic judge. For the inhabitants of medieval Brittany, divine justice was often more reliable than human justice. The legend of the moon night reinforced this belief, suggesting that even when authorities failed, the universe had its own ways of correcting wrongs. This idea helped the legend endure and remain relevant. Although born in Brittany, the legend of the moon night resonated in other cultures. Similar accounts emerged in neighboring countries like France and England, adapting the night to their own traditions. This expansion highlights the universality of the human desire for justice and balance. Today, the moon night is more than a medieval legend. He is a timeless symbol of hope and resistance against injustice. His story continues to inspire books, films, and even social movements, showing that the quest for justice is a universal theme. Thus, the legend of the moon night remains alive, illuminating the minds and hearts of those who believe in justice. Whether as a tale of mystery or a metaphor for cosmic balance, his story reminds us that, even on the darkest nights, there is always a light that shines, guided by the moon and fueled by hope. And that was the incredible legend of the moon night, a symbol of justice that transcended time and continues to inspire us today. What did you think of this story? Did you already know this legend, or do you have another one you'd like to see here? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And before you go, don't forget, like this video, share it with your friends who also love these fascinating stories, and, of course, subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss any new content and help us continue bringing more legends and curiosities to you. Oh, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever a new video drops. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of your energy, spread kindness, and remember, justice always shines, just like the moonlight. See you soon.